Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of the American Revolution, appears to be starting a new revolution against a cashless economy.
There's a certain group of people, just for example, in Philadelphia, that when these few businesses that had gone cashless, they couldn't go in there. And that's not correct.
Councilman Bill Greenlee sponsored the bill that takes effect in July. It excludes membership-based stores like Costco, car rental, and parking garages. The goal is to protect consumers who are unbanked, meaning they don't have a checking or a savings account. About 6.5% of households in the U.S. are unbanked, according to the FDIC. Philadelphia is not alone. New Jersey has also passed a cashless ban. New York City and Washington, D.C. are considering similar laws. Even in the heart of Silicon Valley, San Francisco lawmakers are proposing an even stricter cashless ban that would include Amazon Go stores.
Here at Philadelphia's Reading Terminal Market, consumers and merchants have strong feelings about this new law.
I feel like the cashless stores are exclusionary, and Philadelphia has a pretty high poverty rate. So I think it's good for Philadelphia in particular, so that everybody has an option to shop where they want.
That's a business decision. As more and more regulations are put on the small business owner, it's harder and harder to operate in the city.
If they don't like running business in Philadelphia, move somewhere else.
Councilman Greenlee says he doesn't believe this law will discourage big business from coming to Philly.
I really don't want to make it sound like it's an anti-business thing. I don't think it is. I would say it's just a pro-person, pro-consumer.
30% of all transactions in the U.S. are made with cash, 27% with debit cards, and 21% with credit cards. While a digital future may be inevitable, cash is still king.
Joining us now is Steve Cannon. He's the CEO of the AMB Group, and he runs the business operations at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is home to the Atlanta Falcons and Major League Soccer's Atlanta United. It's also the first stadium in the U.S. to go cashless. And Steve, thanks so much for joining us. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Becky. Great to be here.
Your stadium went cashless back in March, and since then, I think you've had about 5 soccer matches and 1 concert. So what's been the reaction you've seen so far from the fans?
So far, it's been really great. It's been smooth. We have not run into any really big obstacles. And I will say right up front, we are not a cashless environment only, because for our fans, it's all about taking away pain points, making our experience as inclusionary as we can possibly be. That's why we have what we call reverse ATMs. So for those folks that only deal in cash, they can come into our building, they can use a reverse ATM and load up a universal Visa debit card and then transact anywhere inside of our stadium.
What's the point in making sure it's cashless? I mean, if you're going to go to the trouble of having a reverse ATM where somebody has to basically go buy a Visa debit card in-house,
Sure.
Why do you do it?
It's speed of transaction. So our demand model does not come evenly, right? It's all about the quarter breaks. It's the halftime breaks. We have 70,000 people in our building. And for their fan experience, they want to get out of their seats. They want to transact quickly for their beer and their hot dog, and they want to get back to the entertainment, to the game, or to the match. So when you've got thousands of people standing in line at halftime, it's our ability to transact quickly translates directly to a positive fan experience. So cashless saves us precious seconds for each transaction, which over 1,000 people or thousands of people really adds up.
Can you do that in line at the bathrooms, too?
Can't help there, Becky, sorry.
You're one of the very first stadiums to do something like this, but do you think that this is the future for all sports stadiums?
I do, because the demand model is the same across all of those, and if they're really focused on improving the fan experience, and fan experience is a premium. Now our competition is the 80-inch flat screen, so our ability to create an amazing environment at stadiums across the country will translate to our ability to fill those stadiums. So yes, I think it's an important point. It takes pain out of the equation, and it ladders up to a better experience. At least that's what our fans are telling us 6 events in.
What's the reaction from your workers? 6 events in, have their tips dropped, gone up, stayed the same?
We've actually shown, so some of our bartenders don't like the fact that it's cashless. They like the fact that they can kind of pocket the tips in cash and walk away. We take all the tips, we aggregate them, and we give them right back, but they come in their paycheck, which makes them taxable income for them. So we've gotten a little bit of pushback from some of our workers, but over time, as they get used to it, we're not worried about it at all, and we're not losing workers because of it.